Welcome back to Uncle Plug TV. We are going live. I don't know how long we're gonna go live, but we going live. We in the studio today. You see the background. It's coming together quite nicely. Single-handedly put this thing together. Hey, shout out to my boy Norris over there at Souls of Thought. Hey. My boy Souls of Thought, man. He making some great progress, man. I'm right on your heels, baby. I'm motivated. You motivating me. I'm all good. I'm all with it. I'm with everything. I'm with smoke. I want the train smoke. I want the barbecue smoke. I want the black and mild smoke. I want the vape smoke. I want everything. I'm with it. So we gonna jump start this live here real quick. And we finna start getting a little busy because this right here was an interesting story. This is something else. I want y'all to check this out, man. Listen up.
Your boyfriend been together for 2 years. Your boyfriend ended up going to jail and he got sentenced to a 3-year bid. Now, because he has been your boyfriend for quite some time, you decide to be a down chick for whatever reason and decide to ride this bid out with him. When I tell you, you're doing everything for this man, you are doing everything for this man. I'll do share a 2-year-old together. You end up getting a second job along with some other side hustles to make sure that your household is taken care of, and he wants for nothing while he's behind bars. You're going to every visit, you're going to every court appearance. You are pretty much there for him. Now, at his last visit or the last visit you made to him, he ended up proposing to you and asked you to be his wife. And of course, you accepted. You buying clothes, you buying shoes, you pretty much just making sure that when he get out, he know that you thought about him every fucking holiday. You got his Christmas gift, all his birthday gifts, and any other Valentine's Day gifts, like any gift that he was supposed to have gotten while he was out, you got him waiting on him. Now, when he does get released, he end up getting released to a halfway house, but that's okay because he can have company. So you and the baby end up going to the halfway house almost every day. He only had to do about 90 days there before he was able to be released back to the public. I mean, back to your house. So y'all talking about the wedding, you really excited. Y'all thinking about planning a date. I mean, everything is going well. You wrote this shit out with him. He's showing you how much he appreciates you. He constantly giving you thanks and some gratitude. And you know, you didn't mind. That was your little, that was your baby. That was your boo. That was your love. Like, why would I leave you? So you end up telling him over the time that he was in jail, you end up saving about $20,000 for the wedding, for bills, and for other things like that. It's like, damn, you got $20,000 in your bank account, and you like, yeah. So you logged in just to show him that you actually got $20,000 in the bank account. And he was happy as heck, like, damn, baby, you been grinding with the woo. You're like, yeah, you getting married, blah, 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 this money for that. He's like, okay. So now he out of the halfway house. He back at your house, everything good. He see all the gifts that you got him. He happy. Y'all fucking. Y'all just basically catching up for a lost time. But because he released from the halfway house, he can also travel. So y'all decide, or you decide, to book a trip to go to Miami. So, honey, y'all end up going to Miami. His mama kept the baby, and it was a great time. Honestly, he had never even been to Miami. So you showed him all the nice spots. Y'all went to the beach. Y'all had a good time. One morning when you woke up at the hotel, your fiance, because he your fiance now, he gone. So you're looking around the hotel, you like, where he at? You call his phone. He done left his phone in the room. Like, what the fuck? Now, something in your mind was like, check your bank account. So you end up opening up your bank and mobile app on your phone, end up checking your bank account, and saw that you only had about $750 left in your fucking banking account. You end up going in your wallet and shit, and you end up seeing that your debit card was gone. So now you in a panic, you mad, you frustrated, you irritated, because I know goddamn well this man ain't stole my motherfucking money. I know damn well this man who I took care of for 3 motherfucking years while he was locked up working 2 motherfucking jobs ain't fucking robbed me. At this point, you was not feeling the trip no more. You didn't give a fuck if you left him there. You end up calling up the airline to see if you could change your flight to today. And because you had flown with Delta so much, they was able to actually change your flight to today. So you end up packing up all your shit. You caught yourself an Uber and you end up going to the airport. Whatever he had, you left. When you end up getting back home, you end up going directly to the bank to file fraudulent charges on all the charges that you saw coming off your debit card. But after you reported the fraud, you end up going to his mama house to pick up your. She end up asking you where her son was. You end up telling her you don't know. He dipped. The only thing that he left in that room was some drawers, a pair of tennis shoes, and his cell phone. His suitcase was gone. You took your baby boy and you end up going to the house. Now you crying because you worked so hard to save up that money. You built so much discipline to save up that money. You had so many plans for that. And even if you was not getting married, that was still your fucking money that you could have did something with. It took about a month for the bank to go ahead and give you all of your money back because yes, they did. But again, it took a month. So you end up getting all your money back, but you still had not heard from or seen your fucking baby's daddy. Now, let's fast forward a little bit because a few years then went by and you still hadn't seen that man. One day you at work, but you sitting in the break room in your lunch, you scrolling on your phone and you end up getting a call. Now, the number don't look familiar, but you go ahead and answer it because they had already called you twice earlier that day. When you end up answering the phone, you have a collect call from mine is Dre. Why is he calling my phone? Cousin, imagine this. You and your boyfriend been together for 2 years. Your boyfriend ended up going to jail and he got sentenced to a 3-year bid. Now, because he has been your boyfriend for quite some time, you decide to be a down chick for whatever reason and decide.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. Ladies, I ask you, what would you do if this happened to you? I'm talking about you out here grinding, holding him down the whole time. Woo, that's pressure. You got that right. Wow. Woo, that's super crazy. Man, that is super crazy. I'm talking about Buddy went crazy. He probably got you a whole junkie at the house. For somebody to hit you like that, to hit you for about 13, 14, 18,000. Karma. Karma? Man, let Buddy rot. I'ma let Buddy rot. And man, hit you for some bands. Man, how you mistreat dedication like that, boy? I don't see how you can do it. I ain't built like that. I'm not built like that at all. I mean that. That is crazy. Yeah, surprised she got her money back. Me too. Me too. At least that's a come up. At least that's a come up. Boy, I wouldn't send Buddy nothing, boy. Buddy ain't gonna be snacking on nothing. No, you ain't getting no soups. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no honey buns. You ain't getting no peanut butter spread, nothing. Like you finna suffer. That's crazy. That is completely crazy on a whole nother level of crazy. Man, that's bad business. Little mama, boy, I don't know if you made this story up. I don't know if this was true, but this actually happened to you. My heart goes out to you, little mama. My heart goes out to you, little mama. Um, her name is um the Tron girl, that Roni girl, that Roni girl, that Roni girl underscore on TikTok. So if y'all want to check out any more of her content, feel free to check out her content because that's a crazy story. That's a wild story, man. But welcome back to Uncle Plug TV, man. We just live today, enjoying this beautiful Sunday. You know, as I said in the beginning, we changing the aesthetics of the room. You know, we're trying to do it a little bigger than what we did before. You know, just investing in ourselves as we make this content as best as we can. But today I want to ask the chat, man. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Cause me, I'm doing well, man. I'm learning to navigate this life. I'm here to navigating this space that I'm in, understanding and loving life. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Yeah, if y'all get opportunity, whoever's in the chat, share this live. Let everybody know we're going live today. Um, like every Sunday, I think I'm coming to the front of the congregation, you know, and we're gonna do this like every Sunday. It might go to Mondays, but right now it's gonna be Sundays for right now. Um, got a couple weeks coming up on August the 8th. I'll be back in Florida. My little sister, Naisha, is getting married um, to her soon to be husband, Mike. Good dude, you know what I mean. Nothing but number blessings for that union coming together. Number blessings for that. I love that. I love that for her. I love that for them. You know. So yeah, we back in Florida. Be kicking it with the fellas, kicking it with the partners. I'm gonna have some live stream going, hanging out with the partners. We're gonna have a good time. But bringing y'all some content there too when we get back to Florida. Show y'all this beautiful resort we're gonna be at. Hanging out back in the old stomping grounds. You feel me? So today we're talking about communication. I was speaking to my sister earlier just about communication. I guess as we get older, we mature more, we get to a point where, we start to understand what it means to actually effectively communicate between relationships, friendships, um, siblings, parents to children, just communicating. And I guess I got an upper hand on that because of my profession. Dealing with clients. I'm a barber, so dealing with clients, I get the opportunity to, deal with, you know, um, different people, all race and ethnicities and everything of that nature. So I've learned to better communicate, as I've gotten older. But communication on both ends and compromise. Communication and compromising. That's all it is. Situation that happened, earlier this week, me and someone in my circumference, we just had a lack of communication. And it's no shot at them. It's things that you just learn as you get older, I guess, as you mature, mentally, you learn to communicate better in spaces. And I just hope that that individual can better communicate so we can be on a better plane as our relationship continues to move forward. Because it'd be several times where we've been here, then we've been here, and it's like you just want them to understand that either you want me to care or you want me not to care. You know what I mean? And I think it's sometimes better depending on the people that you have in your circle. You want to care. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's no in between with me. There's a compromise with me, but there's no in between with me. You know what I mean? I can't give you everything that you want, and you can't give me nothing of what I want. I just bag out the whole situation. But communication is key. Communication is definitely in relationships. You're talking about bills, you're talking about trips, you're talking about just everyday things, even when it comes down to what you want for dinner, making a lunch or making breakfast. You know what I mean? Just communication is always key. It just is what it is. And definitely, I think she needed more communication with that young man that she was dealing with, that dude Dre that she was dealing with, because you would have known what type of mindset that he was in. You know what I mean? Because man, you out here with a 2-year-old. You know what I mean? He was gone for 3 years, so the boy about 5 now, and now you dealing with, you don't know who this gentleman is now, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Prison do change people. It truly does. You know, it truly does change people, and that's a sad situation that she had to go through. But in life, you got to learn within your circle. What's that? 2 years a good minute. Yeah, it is. 2 years a good. Yeah, it's a good minute too. For real, that's a while. You know what I mean? That means she was really, really grinding. But now, but that situation happened. I think certain things happen to free people. What we fail to understand that sometimes these things happen to you, like some of the minorest things happen in relationships to let you know that sometimes you gotta let that person go. You gotta let that person go. Might not be the right fit for you. Might not be. She probably was. That situation happened to her, which she fully recouped, which was a blessing. She recouped her money so she can move on, you know, and do what's best for you. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna probably see this story and see her and be like, man, I like little mama, man. I like everything she stand for, and might, you know, be in them DMs and holler at her, and she might find the right one for her. And then brother be standing on the outside because whatever he did, whatever he did, he ain't getting out for a little minute. And you just reoffended, boy, you might get hit with the beat. Or it hit you 5 on top of whatever charge you got. You know? Well, I'm going to a little story time. I have neglected to do this, you know what I mean? Because I let folks know about me, but not everything about me. You know what I mean? But majority of things about me. And you know, in my past, you know, from 98 to 2001, I was in the military. I was in the United States Army as a 92 Yankee, which is a unit supply specialist. So as a unit supply specialist, I'm responsible for, well, at my unit, my particular unit, which I was at Fort Polk, Louisiana. Um, yeah, Fort Polk, Louisiana. And my job, which I had, you know, another supply clerk like myself, um, and you know, my supply sergeant. Um, I was in charge. Being that I was the only male, it was a female, well, two females. The supply sergeant was a female, the supply clerk was a female, and they had been there, you know, longer than I have. So when I came in, I got thrown all the grunt work, as you would say. So my job was to issue out the weapons and the small arms, you know, issue and the weapons to every soldier that was in our unit, and I was to assign barracks and supply supplies for the room. You know, your toiletries. You know, and I was also in charge of putting certain soldiers together. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if female came into the unit, I would put this female with this female because so that means I had to get to know people. I had to get to know people and know how their personalities was and make sure I wouldn't put nobody who personalities would clash together. You know, that's how it is in the army. You got like temperamental people that are homesick. You got this person that's outgoing. You know, they like to be out. They like to be, you know, and maybe that person needs somebody in that room with them so they could, you know, better suit the other person. And another thing I was in charge of was when my supply sergeant would order the supplies, I would go and pick them up from the depot. Other than that, you know, and me being having to go to the field with the whenever we went to the range, you know, that was my thing. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my thing that I would do. You know what I'm saying? Is go and do that. Hold on a second. What's up, bro? What's going on with you, dog? Ain't nothing, man. Just live on the tube right now. What's going on with you, brother? Oh, no, I was just hitting you back with him. Yeah, you let him get done. Yeah, I was finna hit you up to see if you wanted to come up and rap a taste with your boy. Say what now? I said I hit you up to see if you wanted to get on live and rap a taste with your boy. Oh, y'all been all that, man. Yeah, man, been a long week, bro. I know. Yeah. If you want me to, hey, hit me a text and let me know if you want to come up and chop it up with me. I'm gonna be live for a minute. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come up here and chop it up with the people, you know what I'm saying? Feel free. All right, bro.
All right, bro. Later.
Later. Yeah. So back to it. I was so I was in charge of going to the range, going to the field, and supplying people with whatever they needed. You know what I mean? So I was pretty much the hustle man, like coming into the business. So I was pretty much the hustle man. You needed toiletries, you needed anything for your room, I could get my hands on it. And that was fun. I can't even lie about it. That was fun. It was fun. I had fun. Like everybody told me when I was at AIT. All right, first you go through basic training, then you go to AIT. AIT is where you go into your training for your job. And everybody told me that Fort Polk was like, oh man, you don't want to go to Fort Polk. Man, I had a blast at Fort Polk. I met so many different people from Akron, Ohio, New York, from Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., North Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, California, Arizona. I met people from everywhere, all walks of life. And I loved it. I mean, we had fun, man. We chilled together, we drank together, we smoked together. We all had fun, man. And being that I was one of the youngest cats um, on post. You know what I mean? It was me and one of my other homeboy Ro, you know what I'm saying? We was real tight. You know what I mean? Cats from Michigan. Shouts out to my boy Boo Boo. Shouts out to P Dog. Shouts out to Pierre. Shouts out to Spank. Shouts out to Brodus. Shouts out to, rest in peace to my boy Lance. You know what I mean? Yeah. Plug of the army. Yeah, it was like that, bro. It was like that, man. I was a hustler back then. This was 1998, 99. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah, plugging them in like that. So, we had fun together, man. We hung out, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my boy Belly Bands. He's gonna have he's gonna be setting up his podcast soon. Good Sports, him and his boy Peanut. It's gonna be, hey, if y'all get a chance, as soon as they get it up and running, I'll be plugging it in on this channel. And then y'all go ahead and tap in with my boy. I'm also gonna have a segment with him as well on Big Buck Ish, where we're gonna be talking. What we're gonna do on that platform is he's gonna be talking about his team, the Miami Dolphins, and I'm gonna talk about my team, Tampa Bay Bucks, and we just gonna be critiquing how the games were week to week. We're gonna do a pregame analysis. If we ain't both out of town at the games or whatever, we try to do a pregame analysis from week to week, starting the game off, and then we're gonna do the postgame analysis of how our teams did that evening. So y'all tune in for that. That's gonna be dope. So back to the story, me myself being away from home for the first time, you know what I mean? It was new. It was brand new. I had already been to Missouri. Like just leaving the crib, I had already been to Missouri. Went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for my basic, and then I went to Fort Lee, Virginia. So I went from Missouri, from Florida to Missouri to Virginia. You know what I mean? Like I had already got an opportunity to see so much of the world, and meet so many new people. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Now, I want to go back to basic because I was just giving y'all a rundown of, where I've been. So I go back to basic. And this particular story is crazy because it's a whole story, which I would do. I had like so many of these, like to show you how small the world is. Now, while I was in basic, there was this young lady I met. I can't remember where she was from. I call her. She was just a dark skinned, just kind, sweet young lady. You know what I mean? And while you in basic, you're away from home. You know what I mean? You miss your people. You miss being from home. I didn't really miss home like that. I was having fun. I was in the moment. You know what I mean? So I was having fun. So at the time, I did have a girlfriend back at home, but I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here in these streets, whatever. So I'm sitting here, and we was cool, but we couldn't really interact like that. Doing basic, we couldn't interact like that. So we would write each other. So we would write each other little letters, little notes, this, that, and the third, slip them up under the door. You know what I'm saying? The CO desk or whatever, and we would slide, letters up under the door. We just communicated like that, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She was a cool chick. I sent her my photo. We had our little, little pocket photos for basic. I slipped my photo. She slipped me her photo. We was just real cool like that. Just real chill. Real, wasn't nothing sexual, none of that. We were just real cool, whatever the case may be. So fast forward to my time after Fort Polk, Louisiana, I go to Camp Stanley, Korea. Now, when I get to Camp Stanley, Korea, a couple of cats I'm hanging with, chilling, you know what I'm saying, chilling with, or whatever the case may be. And it's one sergeant in particular. There's one sergeant in particular. One night I'm just chilling in his room, bunch of us chilling in his room. We just drinking and we just chilling. And he goes and open his Bible. And when he opened his Bible, boom, I see the same young lady picture in his Bible. I'm like, hey, I say, man, I know I went to basic with her. And he was like, oh, yeah? I'm like, yeah, I went to basic with her, man. Like, that's a cool chick. Like, I ain't say nothing disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say nothing disrespectful. I was just like, yeah, like, I said, she a cool chick, man, real nice, man. I like her, man, real down home girl. Like, yeah, she real cool, man. I went to basic with her. And he was like, oh, yeah? So that's my wife, dog. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, this is crazy. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, and he had just met her between that time of me being in basic. That just show you how she was built. Just that time for me being in basic and being at Fort Polk, Louisiana. And it was a short time between 1998 when I went to basic and 2000, no, 90, like early 90, like late 90, what it was late 99, early 2000 when I was in Korea. They had already got married between that time and that time. To show you when you built like that, you know what I mean? You get wiped up. And that goes back to my term that I always use. I say a good woman ain't single and a good man ain't available. Run with that. Run with that. Run with that. All right. Now, there's another video that I wanted to talk about, and I'm about to bring it up. We're going to switch gears for a second, and this is an interview with this young man. I don't know if he's troubled. I don't know if he's going through something. I don't know exactly what it was. You know what I mean? I really don't know. But this young man is really, he threw me for a loop. So y'all parlay for a second, chill with me for a second while I bring this up. But this was a lot. Y'all give me a second. Let me get this thing queued up for y'all. Let me get this thing queued up for y'all real quick. Let me get this thing queued up for y'all real quick. All righty. Yeah, let me go ahead and Y'all just give me a second to get my life in order right now. And I will be right with y'all because I really want y'all to see this real quick. This is different. All righty. Give me 1 second. Let me push this back.
She was one of the most important people to me. Niggas is saying that I was in the room when she died. Bro, that's the biggest cap I've ever heard. I've heard it since the beginning. But when you know the truth, why do you have to jump out there and try to tell it to everybody? So I didn't care about what people were saying at first.
But I think it's important that you use this platform because one of the things that I was going to hit on is, number one, you mentioned murder, right?
That's, if you look on all my comments,
yes,
every time I go live, anything, you kill Whitney.
Okay.
That happens in spam.
Now speak your truth on that.
Here's the truth. Just, it's not my truth. It's just certain times when narratives are going to the moon, that's not true. Everybody has you have to go and you have to shut certain things down.
Right.
The way they made that scene is so haunting to me. Here's why.
Well, if y'all don't know, he's speaking about Whitney Houston. He's speaking on the relationship that he had with Whitney Houston, and it is troubling to me because he's really trying to break down. If y'all can really follow what he's getting ready to get into, he said that people painted so many narratives about when she passed, that he was there, and that he sold the drugs. Was he a drug dealer? You know, it was just so many different narratives they were painting. And I guess within this, it was like he wasn't supposed to speak on it. I don't know what it was, but it was kind of just different to me about how this came about. So yeah, they was real close. And but we're gonna get back into it real quick. I'm gonna let y'all check this out. We're gonna come back with the commentary.
I wasn't even there. I was nowhere around.
Where were you?
I was in San Diego doing a show.
Okay.
The Clive Davis event was the next day. We were gonna go there together. And we were gonna fucking really make the announcement that, like, you know what I'm saying? We was fucking around. And that we were locked in.
So y'all had a real relationship.
1000%, bro.
The real emotions.
Bro, that was my people, bro.
And bro, I'm this funky Friday, ladies and gentlemen, where we keep it 100.
I barely speak on Whitney. She's Whitney Houston.
Yes.
That's Whitney Houston, but she's Whitney to me, right? And to me, it's just so distasteful for somebody to tell somebody something that the other person can't respond to.
Right.
To me, it's unfair. So I've always just never said nothing. But now that this shit's going everywhere, like, bro, it's just fucking hurtful, bro. Like, when I got back to the hotel, they did not let me up at first until everything was cleared and it was just the family. That's when I was able to go upstairs and see the family. This is you talking like late at night. When I pull up, I got my shoes. I'm ready to go to the event. I just talked to her on the phone. She's not there no more. It's over. Like, and Ray, who is her bodyguard, he found her and he called me. CNN says Ray J found her. And then 10 minutes later, like, oh no, Ray, her bodyguard. That shit's 10 minutes later, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But so, there's a innocence with jumping to conclusion, and you can kind of see why. Obviously, there's similarities in names, but that was not you.
I was nowhere to be found. Right. And I hate talking about it because I got so much love for her. I've never seen her in that state.
Yeah.
Now, you heard what he just said? I never seen her in that state. The world knew about Whitney Houston's drug problem. The world knew about that. That is not a secret. Everybody's seen the decline of one of the greatest voices ever. The greatest voice ever. Like, everybody knew about her drug problem. Everybody knew about her struggles with addiction. Everybody knew about that. And it's crazy, you know, the things that he's saying, but I think that was one of the declines in his life as well. You know what I mean? Because it was such a big age gap. And I think he did that to, I don't know. I don't know whether y'all think it may be some relevancy. He tried to stay relevant by doing that, you know, but that age gap, I don't see anything that they could possibly have in common except if it was a mentor-mentee type of relationship, because that doesn't make any sense to me. But we're going to let him run for a little bit.
They never, so to make me that person when I wasn't even there, and then to put murderer on top of that, but I just solely just got away with it.
Mm-hmm. But I think something that you shared with me that I think is important, right? Especially with this, to give perspective.
Shout outs to Cam Newton for, if y'all, you know, go check out Funky Friday, Cam Newton's, you know, podcast. Very good podcast. I love Cam Newton. Here and his 4th and 1. Love both of them. But when I think about it, Cam Newton really kept his composure throughout this interview. If y'all go and check this interview, Ray J was erratic. It was weird. I don't know. He kind of was pulling a Orlando Brown type of situation where he kept talking about they and, you know, them or whatever the case may be. And I know when you get in this industry and you've been in this industry so long and you are influential, I know people gonna come at you. They're gonna come at you. They're gonna come at you, yeah, on like that. So I get it and I understand it. And I just wanna, I don't know a word for the young man, because I ain't never seen him in like this. It was different. But shouts out to Cam Newton. He kept his composure during this interview.
Did you guys do drugs?
I've never done one drug with Whitney. And then when niggas ask me, did Whitney do drugs? I mean, you don't gotta, there's certain things you can ask me, and I'll tell you about me. But you don't gotta ask the other question, because you already fucking know, like, it's Whitney. Everybody knows certain answers. I could tell you about me. Like, I was so fucked up after that shit happened. I tried hard drugs for the first time after this shit happened, because I was just like, I didn't know what was going on.
See that? You see that? You see that? He tried hard drugs after that. That's crazy. And Deanna said, traumatizing. Yeah, traumatizing to a sense though. Yeah. Definitely traumatizing to a sense though. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I hope he get through this, but I'm trying to tell you, he tried hard drugs right after that.
Going on, bro. I was totally like in awe of it.
Did you ever witness her doing drugs?
Whitney?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about that, because then it's like, I can never put it like this. I'm way younger, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She's in control, bro. She's Whitney. She's a boss. And so to make me,
for real, like, you got to think about that. If Bobby couldn't do nothing with him, what do you think he's gonna do with him? What do you think this young man gonna do at this time? He was 19 at this time, 19, 20 at the time of this. What are he gonna do with her? If I'm wrong, y'all look that up and find out how old he probably was at that time, dealing with that older woman.
The big dog. I'm not the big dog, bro. I'm the little nigga, bro. I'm the little homie.
But can I preface this too, though? And I don't want to be disrespectful to nobody here. I'm literally trying to see what you're comfortable with talking about.
I told you I'm good, bro.
To give perspective and just understand.
I'm down to talk about anything.
All right. Well, how did you?
You hear me say, I'm down to talk about anything. Then we ask him a question. Nah, I don't want to talk about that. It's crazy.
You guys even meet? Like, take us through the good time, right? Like,
it was nothing but good times.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
So how did the Whitney and Ray J thing become a thing?
Because it just because we just started bonding, bro, like in Miami. But Whitney was Brandy's idol. That's all Brandy listened to. She fucking worshiped Whitney. She loved her and she emulated everything around her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I like Whitney too. Then I felt the same way, just different.
See, he jumped in that relationship. You know what Brandy he was trying to emulate, but he was also a street dude. And, from his own words, he said that he was a street dude too at 12. At 12 and 13 years old, before he started acting on Moesha, he was a street dude. That's wild. That's real wild.
Then when I seen her, I went there. And that's how it happened. And then we was locked in for a long time, bro. And so,
did the public know about?
They knew about it for sure. They saw us everywhere. But we was gonna make it official the night she passed, bro.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Say we finna make it official the night that she went down. That's crazy. That's crazy. So what mindset was she in? You know, what mindset was she in when, you know, you get ready to announce to the world that you want to Ray J a thing, and then all of a sudden you OD and you drown in the tub? That's crazy. That's crazy. What's y'all thoughts on that, man? Deanna said traumatizing. Traumatizing to a sense, though. For real, sis. That's crazy. That's real crazy. That's real crazy. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. I watched the whole interview, man. It was like a 2-hour and something interview. And all I saw him was being erratic, off the wall, but he wasn't on drugs or nothing. I just think that, you know, he tried to make an interview more spicy, you know what I mean, than what it was. But shout out to Cam Newton for keeping the interview, intact. He kept his composure throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? Today, we've been talking about actually the topic of discussion is actually communication is key. And now we're finna switch some gears because that was a little gloom. We're gonna keep this energy going. So we're gonna go to one of my favorite places. I'm gonna go to one of my favorite places. And right now, one of my favorite places is talking about my Tampa Bay Bucks. So y'all know I'm a big Buccaneers fan, and I love my Tampa Bay Bucks, and now what we're gonna do is, this is Colin Coherd and Nick Wright.
He's now under discussed. Yeah. And it's funny because I think Baker's better than Dak. He's better than Tua. He's better than Geno. He's better than Aaron. He's better than Russell. He's better than Cousins. I think he and Darnold are very similar, that they can be mistake prone, but they can plan it, and they're real players.
Touchdowns last year. He's been really good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Baker is a prime example. You see this a lot in the NBA, where a guy comes in and he just needs to mature, Ant Edwards. In the NFL, generally, maturity is not the issue. It's you either have it or you don't. Baker was the rare, a lot of testosterone, a lot of confidence, and I felt like, can somebody turn the governor down just a little?
Sure.
He was Johnny Manziel, but more likable and with actual talent. He could really throw a football. But I think Baker is the rare NFL player and quarterback. You're like, one of the talents, inarguable. He just got to turn the governor down. Cleveland was not built for Baker. You go to a great GM, a talented roster in Tampa, which is, by the way, below the radar. It's in the NFC South, which is a low-profile division. Baker now is absolutely under discussed. He is a really good NFL quarterback. I don't think that's disputable.
Yeah, I think it's hard to make a top 10 and not include him. And then when you add to the fact that he makes around 60% of what the other guys in that top 10 make, his value is massive. For a guy who dealt with injuries in his time in Cleveland, he's incredibly durable. His teammates love him. And he now has back-to-back years of really high productivity. A playoff quarterback, win the division. Again, 40 touchdowns last year. I think that because he was talked about so much when he wasn't yet that good, I think people got, I don't know if numb's the right word, but they were just kind of got over him.
That's weird to me. Because when he first came into the league, he was drafted first overall, the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns were trash. But what I can say about the Cleveland Brown organization is that they did put some key weapons around. They went and got OBJ, Jarvis Landry. They drafted Njoku. He had a squad. I think the leadership was the problem. But when he came in to that organization, that second season, the boy went to the playoffs. Y'all better check that boy's stats. We got to go back to saying, check them stats, dog. Baker was doing his thing. It was just unfortunate how his career ended up, but I'm glad it ended up the way it did because we ended up landing it. Let's go, Tampa.
And now that he is, I think, really good, people are just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's Baker. Like people, I think, boxed him in. He's a good story, and that is true. But he's more than that at this point. At this point, like, this is, a third rail for some. Do I think he's better than Brock Purdy? I do. Would I rather have, and so you said Dak Prescott. I think that's close. I think that there are a lot of quarterbacks that, like, I'll give you a great example. Now, this guy's young and we'll see, but he makes a lot of money. I think he's pretty clearly better than Jordan Love. And I think that Jordan Love is discussed like he is, you know what I mean? This
it's interesting. So I was really not anti-Jordan Love, but I've said for 2 years, there is more footage of Bigfoot than Jordan Love. They're hiding him for a reason. Yeah. Then he came out and he was kind of sensational. And I really bought into him. And then it's as if the league defensive coordinators got all this footage and they found holes. And at the end of last year, you're like, oh, people have caught on to him. This is now, it would be a sophomore slump for anybody else, but he was like in his.
I hear you. But it's the same thing. They had 5 years of tape, 6 years of tape on Baker. And guess what? Baker shined. It's just simple as that. Baker shined. It's just simple as that. I don't know what you're talking about.
5th year, yeah.
And so I want to.
Yeah. Baker did his thing. I shout out to Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright. We appreciate all that you do. Now this is the facility on Fox, and
I do think Baker will have this team highly competitive. And ultimately, Baker, the last 2 years, been a really good quarterback that's gotten his offensive. All
that
of
over
football.
again.
And he's one of the better head coaches in all of football right now. One back-to-back NFC South titles. But the question is, like, what's Baker's ceiling? When I think about it, I actually think the Bucs can have a Detroit Lions type tenure right now. Win the division consistently, make it to the playoffs consistently. I think they can get to an NFC championship game. I do think they can win an NFC championship game because our quarterback has Super Bowl rotation. I like Baker a lot. I probably like Baker more than anybody on this desk. I've liked Baker since he played at Oklahoma, my collegiate rival. But I don't know if Baker can get them all the way over the hump. But I do think Baker will have this team highly, 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 highly competitive. And ultimately, Baker, the last 2 years, been a really good quarterback that's gotten his offensive coordinators head coaching jobs. Like, that's the sign of how good a player are you is. Are your coaches going on to get elevated? Canales, head coach now at the Carolina Panthers, former offensive coordinator for the Bucs. Liam Cohen, head coach now for the Jags, former offensive coordinator for the Bucs. Baker, 3 different OCs, last 3 years. I actually think NFC Championship game is probably my ceiling, but a perennial playoff contender, Jay.
We've seen it. We've seen that ceiling. Their ceiling is getting to the playoffs and winning a game. That's just one. That is the Bucs ceiling. And if we are really going to be honest and keeping it a buck, I mean, they went to the playoffs 8-9. Then what, 10? You won 10 games. They're in a really bad division right now with teams that are still trying to find their way with young quarterbacks or not a quarterback at all. And the Bucs have been benefiting from that and getting to the playoffs. But the Bucs ain't a dominant team like that I see getting to the NFC Championship when you have the Eagles and the Packers and the Lions and the Rams and teams like that. I just cannot see that happening. I think we have seen their ceiling. I think this team, and I respect Todd Bowles. I think Todd Bowles is a heck of a head coach and defensive mind. But I truly believe we have seen their ceiling. I think their ceiling is making it to the playoffs with a subpar record and beating a team. One team. And that is it.
Yeah, I agree with James, right? And I'm glad that the question was asked about the ceiling with Baker Mayfield because Todd Bowles is a tremendous coach. I remember when he got the coaching job for the Bucs, people were questioning, well, why? Well, why? Because he did this and that with the Jets and et cetera. I'm like, hold up. Todd Bowles on defensive side, I watched Todd Bowles shut out Aaron Rodgers. I was there in the championship game where he took him out the game. And a lot of great quarterbacks. When we have different games, because I played with the Eagles too, he's the defense coordinator. When we have certain teams we play against, and he said, yo, don't worry, I got this. And that's how good he was on defense. On the offense side of the ball, Baker's a good quarterback. Yeah. I can finally say that when I look at him, I say, okay, he's a good quarterback. And when a good quarterback, and I watch the Bucs team, I think that the ceiling is with him as under center is a playoff win. You're in a bad division. You're going to probably win every year in that division because you got the Atlanta Falcons, young quarterback trying to figure out. Saints got no quarterback. They're trying to figure that thing out. Yep. And the Panthers, where Bryce Young has been getting good, but that roster's not that good. So, say all that to say, I think the biggest thing for them is win a playoff game. Because if you're in the playoffs, you playing the Bucs, I don't think you're worried. You got to go against Baker Mayfield? I don't think you're worried. I don't think you're tripping.
The only reason I would disagree with y'all is for this reason. Okay. If Todd Bowles is as good as a defensive mind as we suggested he is, Baker Mayfield is good enough to get you to an NFC Championship game, so long as your defense is elite. Right now, the NFC, who are the quarterbacks? Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, still waiting to see what he's going to do. Matthew Stafford, he's on the far end of things. Jaden Daniels. Like, it's not like you're going up against Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. So if you're in the NFC, Baker Mayfield, he's not so much worse than Jared Goff. He's not so much worse than Jalen Hurts.
But he's the worst out of all them quarterbacks. So that's the.
Who want to debate me? Because they really going in on my boy Baker, man. Who want to debate me? Scooby, where you at? Scooby, where you at? Black, where you at? Mark, where you at? Peanut, where you at? Y'all come on up. Come on and talk to me. And we'll see where Baker stands. Anybody, what's up? Come on. Who want to debate me? Let's talk about it. Come on, belly bands. Let's go, baby. Who want to do it? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Anybody? Because these guys on the faculty, man, and it's crazy. It's crazy because Shady even played with the Tampa Bay Bucks, man. He already know how our front office is moving right now as of late, these last 5-6 seasons. They know how we moving right now. They know how we moving right now. They know how we moving right now. My Bucks are really, really on. We on a trend right now. We're trending up. Our wide receiver core is like, I thought the weakness of our entire team last year was our defense, our secondary. Our secondary was lacking last year. Y'all about that? Don't be scared. Come on, Scooby. Where you at? Where you at, Belly Bands? Talk to me. Because I want all the smoke today. Anybody? I want all the smoke today. I got time today. I got big boy time today. Anybody? I'll be waiting on you. I'm chilling. Yeah. I want it today. Don't be scared. Yeah. The boys ain't ready. The boys ain't ready. We're going to keep this thing going. I'm waiting on you, Scooby. I'm waiting on you. Matter of fact. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. 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 We at them today.
Yo.
What's up, my man?
Not too much.
You at the house?
Yeah, I'm at the house.
You want to come up on this live real quick? They talking about our Bucks, man.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Let me
send me the email.
All right.
Send me the email.
Yeah, bro. I'll send it right now.
All right. Yeah. I'm about to have my man Cornell come on up here. We finna talk these Bucks, man. We finna talk these Buccaneers. Yeah, this is one of my favorite topics. We're gonna talk these Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. I got Scooby scared. Y'all live in the chat. Let me know where you at. Y'all holler at me in the chat. Let me know where y'all at. Holler at me in the chat. Let me know where y'all at. Yeah. Because a lot of people come on, or they come into the barbershop and we talk these sports. We talk these sports. And I think that to hear it live, different situation. Yes, how may I help you?
And good afternoon to you too.
How are you doing?
I am fine. Where in Texas are you?
Say it again.
Where in Texas are you?
I'm in Fort Worth.
Huh?
I'm in Fort Worth.
How far from San Antonio is that?
About 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh, okay. You're far.
Yeah.
You are super far. Yes, you're far.
Yeah, far.
I'm in San Antonio.
You in San Antonio? Mm-hmm. Are you trying to see if you can come get a haircut?
I'm going home tomorrow.
Yeah.
I still haven't found anyone to do just as good as you. And please take your head out of the gutter. I'm talking about my hair on my head.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Let me clarify that.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I guess I'm the only one who knows how to clean. Hey.
Yeah.
What are you now?
Well, let me know next time you're in the DFW. All right.
Have a good one.
You too. All right. They still calling from Florida, trying to get a cut. Sometimes I guess you better than most expect, I guess. See if we can get these guys, man, to come on up. Yep. Everybody in the chat, talk to me. Let me know where you at. Week 1, I'm going to be in Atlanta. September 7th, I'm going to be in Atlanta for the Falcons-Bucks game. Week 2, going to be in Houston at the Texans-Bucks game. It's going to be live. We're going to have a good time. Yeah, because we owe somebody on that top 5. We're going over to the schedule real quick because we owe somebody some ass whoopings. Excuse me. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's a Gmail. But we owe somebody an ass whooping. All right. Just getting that link out to my man. We're gonna go to the schedule real quick. Wait on him to get himself situated. We're gonna go over that week 1, we got Atlanta. Week 2, we have the Texans. And then week 3 will be the first home game, which is September 21st. We play the Jets. Yeah, we play the Jets. And then we owe them an ass whooping. The Eagles. Then we got the Eagles at home. So week 1, 2, 3, or 4, 2 away and 2 home. And yeah, we're gonna definitely find out. We're gonna definitely find out what we built like. Then we headed out to the Pacific Northwest to go see the Seattle Seahawks. And that October 12th game, we got San Francisco at home. But that week 7 game, October 20th, I'm thinking that we'll be headed up to Detroit. I gotta get with my boy Brent, get with nephew and see if he wanna go on up there to Detroit real quick. Got my cousin up there in Detroit. We're gonna do some things. Yeah. Go out there and hang out for a little bit. Yeah. I like that. We're gonna get this thing moving and grooving like it's supposed to. Get him situated. Cornell coming up here. Coming to the chat. Coming into the stream. What's up? Not yet. Yeah. Waiting on y'all, waiting on you, waiting on you. This schedule is nice. I like our schedule. Our schedule is pretty much set up for us to make the playoffs. Pretty much. Set up decent. Y'all bear with me. Bear with my man, Cornell Weiss. He getting himself set up. He'll be backstage in a second. And then we're gonna play this clip and we're gonna get his take on it. Yep. Oh, while we waiting, shouts out to Souls of Thought. He's actually live as we speak. Shouts out to my boy, Classic Codes. I don't know if he's back yet from overseas. Waiting for my man to come back. Y'all tap in. Shout outs to FYF Sports. And shouts out to No Captivity with your boy Freezy. Freezy, I know you working today, boy. Polk County 863. Beautiful thing, beautiful thing. I might be bringing Bryson back to come on here with us. Got a whole nother 54, 53 minutes of going live. I'm gonna be doing this every Sunday. Might be sooner, might be later, but yeah. Y'all tap in. We also taking phone calls too. Y'all hit me up. We're gonna chop it up. Yeah. Scooby, you let me down, Scooby. I was looking forward to have you coming up. You let me down, Scooby. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Yo, you just click that link that I sent you in the Gmail.
I know, man. They keep timing out though. It'll rotate and it won't go.
Yo.
You know, you gotta do it on computer or phone. I'm trying on the phone.
You can do it on your phone.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's acting up. Let me try it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, oh, I see you, boy. CJ. I see you, boy. Can you hear me? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yo.
What up, man? You get me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So, man, this is what we got going on here, man. This is what we got going on here. I'm about to add this to the stage real quick. We finna listen to these dudes here, bro. They talking about old Baker Mayfield. They talking about old Baker Mayfield, man. And they put this man in a realm. You know what I'm saying? They put him in a realm where like my man ain't built like that. But listen to the faculty speak on it, CJ. Listen to these dudes, man.
Todd Bowles, I believe, is one of the better. He's one of the best defensive minds in all of football, and he's one of the better head coaches in all of football right now. Won back-to-back NFC South titles, but the question is like, what's Baker's ceiling? When I think about it, I actually think the Bucs can have a Detroit Lions type tenure right now. Win the division consistently, make it to the playoffs consistently. I think they can get to an NFC Championship game. I do not think they can win an NFC Championship game just because I think their quarterback has Super Bowl limitations. I like Baker a lot. I probably like Baker more than anybody on this desk. I've liked Baker since he played at Oklahoma, my collegiate rival. But I don't know if Baker can get them all the way over the hump. But I do think Baker will have this team highly, 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 highly competitive. And ultimately, Baker, the last 2 years, been a really good quarterback that's gotten his offensive coordinators head coaching jobs. Like, that's the sign of how good a player are you is. Are your coaches going on to get elevated? Canales, head coach now at the Carolina Panthers, former offensive coordinator for the Bucs. Liam Cohen, head coach now for the Jags, former offensive coordinator for the Bucs. Baker, 3 different OCs, last 3 years. I actually think NFC Championship game is probably my ceiling, but a perennial playoff contender, Jay.
We've seen it. We've seen that ceiling. Their ceiling is getting to the playoffs and winning a game. That's just one. That is the Bucs ceiling. And if we are really going to be honest and keeping it a buck, I mean, they went to the playoffs 8-9.
You hear him, CJ?
Yeah, man.
You hear him talking, bro?
Yeah, they got some legitimate points though, but I mean, I think where you wrong at saying Baker's ceiling. It's a lot of quarterbacks I thought had that ceiling, that same ceiling, that ended up going further than the first game. That's disrespectful, man.
That is, bro.
Hey.
That's disrespectful, bro.
Yeah.
When I think about it, bro, them putting the ceiling on us just like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful because
I mean, I don't know.
Josh Allen, they hit the same wall. Baltimore hit the same wall. Cincinnati hit the same wall, and these are perennial playoff teams over the last 5-6 seasons.
Yeah, I agree.
Now Baker, first year coming into the Bucs after a Tom Brady, hangover, and takes us to the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's why I don't know, man. That was a lot of pressure. So for them to think he got a ceiling, you took a team that was surely to fall in stock. You know what I'm saying? Surely after Brady left, he shook it, man. He shook the world, really. For me, he did. And for a lot of people that aren't even Buck fans, man, it was like, wow, that was something seeing Baker show up. Because he did have some inconsistent years. We all know that. But he showed up, man.
And then you talking about following an act like a Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like who's gonna be that player that's gonna come behind MJ? Who's gonna be that player that comes behind Kobe? Who's gonna be that player that's gonna replace a LeBron? So you think of in the NFL, who's gonna be that one that's gonna replace Tom Brady? Who's gonna be that one to replace a Peyton Manning?
I feel you.
And you following a tough act to follow.
Yeah.
And then you come in with a brand new OC.
Yeah.
Of Dave Canales, who's never had an OC position, period. The man was a position coach and comes in as an OC following a Super Bowl and 2 playoff appearances by Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And what you do together. Y'all go to
the playoffs
and get you a head coaching job. Then after that, bring in a new OC who was coaching in UMass. Is UMass even a football school?
Yeah, man. UMass is a football school. That's a football school. Man, you tripping.
Man, UMass is not a football
they
school,
probably,
man.
They ain't top. They ain't top tier, but man, they got a team.
Man, that ain't. I'm talking about being known as a football school, like a LSU or a Alabama or FSU or Florida Gator or South Carolina. No, you come in from UMass. And
hey,
that's
man.
what you do. And
But I'm
then
gonna tell you,
go
it's gonna be tested this year, though. So we'll see. Cause I'm optimistic. We supposed to be going to the game on the 12th, man. You need the October 12th. I'm gonna send you a text. Yeah. San Francisco and the Bucks.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
I want to hit that game. I want to hit that game, but it's not on my list of games. Now that October 20th, the October 20th game, the Detroit game in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
I'll be in Atlanta September the 7th, and I'll be in Houston September 15th. September 15th. But I probably won't visit Raymond James unless when we make the playoffs. And if that game is a home game.
Are you planning on hitting the playoff game?
Yeah, I'm hitting the playoff game. Definitely hit the playoff game.
Yeah.
I'm definitely hitting the playoff game. I have to be in the building. I have to be in the building. I'm gonna contact my buddy that sat in the same club area I was at and see, hey, I need one of them seats, pimping. I need for you to give me one of them seats, pimping. You know, I need that. Because our schedule pretty much is laid out for us to make it. Atlanta and Houston. Like I really need to be in the building when we go see Houston because we owe them an ass whooping. Because to CJ Stroud first season, we had them boys on the ropes, and he with a minute, I think 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter, add us out, bro.
Yeah, you gotta get them boys their props though. Them boys, that team's solid.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm on the first 5 weeks, I'm on a mission. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
I'm on a mission the first 5 weeks until we get into a groove. Because I really think that, it's about the OC because we got a brand new OC.
Man,
again, for the third season in a row.
I ain't been following that close, Plug. Where we at on them corners, though? That was my question.
Now, we just signed Benjamin Moore.
Okay.
Out of I think he's out of Notre Dame. We just signed him. I don't know what we're gonna do with Bryce Hall.
Gotcha.
Bryce Hall, he was our corner last year, and he was got hurt like week 1 or 2. He was out of there.
Yeah.
So
I know we was hurting at corner last year.
Yeah, we heard that corner, man. We've been hurting in that secondary for at least 3 seasons. Like at least 4 seasons. We've been hurt at the secondary position. And I think that we addressed it. We addressed it in the draft. We addressed it in the draft and brought Benjamin Moore, and we brought in 2 more. We brought in I know that everybody's hyped up about Shiloh.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hyped up about Shiloh.
Oh, for sure.
But at the end of it all, I think he's going to have to, with Tyke Smith, Chris Izzian, our corners, we really need to focus on making that secondary our primary focus for the season.
Yeah, for sure. You can't forget about D-line too, though.
The D-line?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, our D-line is strong. Ain't nobody running on us, man. We got to combine almost 600 pounds on that front 7. I'm talking about with 2 guys.
I'm just saying, staying healthy, though.
Yeah.
Staying healthy, though.
Yeah, like that's my next jersey purchase. I'm going to get Vita Vea. Vita Vea will be headed this way with that new 76 Buccaneer jersey. I gotta have it. It has to be in my possession. And since I can't personalize it and put my name on the back, I will get the Vita Vea. I will have a big 50 on my chest. Big Vita and Watson is going to be the focal point of our defense. Ain't gonna be no running.
I got you.
Ain't gonna be no running. I can't wait to see that big pound on the yard when we have to go see Philadelphia Eagles on week 4 at the house.
I feel you, bro.
and it's September, and it's gonna be hot. It'll be a lot of cramping out there going on. It's gonna be a lot of people leaving to get IVs because our 12th man, which is the sun, we will be in full effect. That heat index is gonna be live and in effect.
Yeah, when is the game?
September 28th.
Nah, it ain't gonna be that bad.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad for them.
No,
it's gonna be nice for us. Whoever been in Florida, it's gonna
that's
be
what
nice.
I was thinking.
But for them,
I mean, it ain't gonna be cool yet, but
it's
it
gonna
won't
be
be
a
crazy.
sweltering jungle. It's gonna be a sweltering jungle. I need 5-12 man to sit on their defense and sit on their offense, and hug them real close, and let them know, that this is where you at. So we're gonna let these boys get about 2 more minutes of these boys' commentary talking about our quarterback, our fearless leader, Baker Mayfield, real quick.
I feel you. Go for it.
Then what, 10? You won 10 games. They're in a really bad division right now with teams that are still trying to find a way with young quarterbacks or not a quarterback at all. And the Bucs have been benefiting from that and getting to the playoffs. But the Bucs ain't a dominant team like that I see getting to the NFC Championship when you have the Eagles and the Packers and the Lions and the Rams and teams like that. I just cannot see that happening. I think we have seen their ceiling. I think this team, and I respect Todd Bowles. I think Todd Bowles is a heck of a head coach and defensive mind. But I truly believe we have seen their ceiling. I think their ceiling is making it to the playoffs with a subpar record and beating a team. One team. And that is it.
Yeah, I agree with James. Right? And
bro, that's tough, bro.
Yeah, you're disrespectful.
We gonna shock the world, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
We gonna shock
that
the
table looking
world.
crazy.
We gonna shock the world, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, be like that sometime. I hope they showing that that session in front of the team so they can get motivated. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's all you can hope.
Yeah,
that's what they saying about you. Y'all ain't got a chance. Y'all a joke.
Yeah, they saying y'all. Hey, look, man. Y'all ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I got to catch up on them though, man. I ain't really been into it like that, honestly.
I know this off season's been one of the quietest off seasons
in
quite some time. Especially when it's been nothing. Like everybody's been gearing up. I've been watching, bro. Our wide receiver core is not to be played with. Man, Emeka Ibuka is not with the games right now.
What the O-line look like? Everybody healthy?
Everybody's healthy.
Man, what these boys talking about then? Come on now. Man, what I'm missing?
Look. We are definitely Baker's just a polarizing figure. You know what I'm saying? Like people like talking to Baker. Baker's that college frat boy that everybody liked. And Baker was a dog last year. Like everybody forget the man threw for 4,500 yards. He threw for 41 touchdowns. Yeah, he had 16 interceptions. Because he's not the only thing that I don't like about Baker, and I'm going to say this and I mean it, is that Baker is not good in prime time. That's one thing that Baker needs to fix. Prime time games, under those big lights and prime time games, Baker needs to show up. He needs to show up. He has not showed up. Primetime games, he's dropping the ball. But I believe in this third season, I think the comfortability of now, first I'm going to get in here, I'm going to do my thing. Now, second season, hey, I got this. Third season, you coming in, you're very confident. I think the confidence level is way higher. Now everybody's comfortable. I think everybody has bought into how Baker gets the job done.
I got you.
And the best thing about our receiving core is Jalen McMillan. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Jalen McMillan is the young cat in his first season come to the team and say, bro, only thing you got to do is this, that, and the third. To these young boys that's coming in. They're at Buka and what's the other wide? Tez Johnson. And I think these are the guys that's going to just going to replace Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. And I think they're going to replace these gentlemen right here. But I really feel as if our wide receiver core is going to be by week 7, they're going to say that our wide receiver core is one of the best in the NFL.
Who do we have? Who do we have back there with Bucky? I don't even know.
It's gonna be Rashad White again. It's gonna be Rashad White again. Rashad White is going to be alive in effect. You know, I think he understands his role and dynamic. They're gonna be sharing that load in the backfield. I think we're gonna do a lot more split back. I think we're gonna bring that split back to where it's gonna be you don't know where the ball is going. It's gonna be a lot of confusion for the defense. Kay Otten's coming back healthy. Durham is coming back, and Pope is coming back. Pope is going to be a very factor. I think we're gonna find out in the preseason. We're gonna see in the preseason because Cope wasn't being used like that because what we was doing was effective at the end of the season. That Bucky coming from, and then I think Sean Tucker is gonna get implemented too. He's still on the roster. Sean Tucker is coming back, and I think Sean Tucker is really gonna be a very vital piece in our offense. It's gonna be. I think, man, I'm telling you, man, our wide receiver core is on deck. Our running back core is on deck. Our defense is back and healthy. It's gonna be nice, man.
All right.
Trey Palmer. We still got Trey. That's who I forgot to mention. Trey Palmer. And people don't even. It's so quiet that people don't even realize that we got Hassan Reddick. They don't even understand that we got Hassan Reddick, who is fully healthy, who's damn near didn't play the whole season last year because of a contract dispute. We still got Sterling Shepard, brother. We still got Sterling Shepard. We still got Sterling Shepard. We deep, bro. We deep at every position that we was slacking in last year. We're deep. We're deep, bro. We're deep. We deep at the safety position. We're not as deep in the outside linebacker position. Yeah, well, yes, we are. Let me take that back. Because we got that boy Peoples out of southeastern Louisiana. I know a lot of people don't know about him, but he'll hear him. Ramirez out of eastern Michigan. They don't know about him. But we got Hassan Reddick to complement Levante David. We got that what's his name? Zion McCullum. We got McCullum and McCullum.
I heard him.
Yeah, Zion McCullum last year, number 27. He played a lot of he played corner, but he a headhunter.
Oh, I thought you was on linebackers. That's why I recognize that.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Now we also got D Jones, I think his name is Yeah, Deion Jones. We got Deion Jones from out of LSU at linebacker, and he goes inside and outside. We got this guy, Nick Jackson, out of Iowa. We pretty deep, bro. And yes,
damn man, you been on it, big dog.
Our boy Bryce Hall is back too. Bryce Hall will be back, so that makes a lot of that. That makes me feel good. Bringing Bryce Hall back, that is serious. That's big. That's big business. Bringing Bryce Hall back, because bringing Bryce Hall back, along with, I think the only one I just want to find out, because I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's going to get picked up by another team or what. But Jordan Whitehead and Merriweather. I like Merriweather, but I need to know what the status is on Jordan Whitehead. I'm gonna try to dig deep and find out. I'm gonna have to get with a couple of my Buckaholics. If y'all don't follow the Buckaholics, follow the Buckaholics on Instagram. They stay up on real time. Like, them guys are really right. They live right there in Tampa, and they actually go to the facilities, and they've been rocking with the team so long, they let them get a little inside track. So I'm gonna check with the Buckaholics and see what's the status on Jordan Whitehead. So yeah, we're gonna find out about it, man. But yeah, man, they disrespectful, man. I'm gonna just play a couple of more minutes of this disrespect on the facility on FS1. It's especially from Shady and Jen is.
I'm glad that the question was asked about the ceiling with Baker Mayfield because Todd Bowles is a tremendous coach. I remember when he got the coaching job for the Bucs, people were questioning, well, why? Well, why? Because he did this and that with the Jets and et cetera. I'm like, hold up. Todd Bowles on defensive side, I watched Todd Bowles shut out Aaron Rodgers. I was there in the championship game where he took him out the game. And a lot of great quarterbacks. When we have different games, because I played with him with the Eagles too, he's the defense coordinator. When we have certain teams we play against, and he said, yo, don't worry, I got this. And that's how good he was on defense. On the offense side of the ball, Baker's a good quarterback. Yeah. I could finally say that when I look at him, I say, okay, he's a good quarterback. And when a good quarterback, and I watch the Bucs team, I think that the ceiling is with him as under center is a playoff win. You're in a bad division. You're going to probably win every year in that division because you got the Atlanta Falcons, young quarterback trying to figure out. Saints got no quarterback. They're trying to figure that thing out. Yep. And the Panthers, where Bryce Young has been getting good, but that roster's not that good. So, say all that to say, I think the biggest thing for them is win a playoff game. Because if you're in the playoffs, you playing the Bucs, I don't think you're worried. You got to go against Baker Mayfield? I don't think you're worried. I don't think you're tripping.
The only reason I would disagree with y'all is for this reason. Okay. If Todd Bowles is as good as a defensive mind as we suggested he is, Baker Mayfield is good enough to get you to an NFC Championship game, so long as your defense is elite. Right now, the NFC, who are the quarterbacks? Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, still waiting to see what he's going to do. Matthew Stafford, he's on the far end of things. Jaden Daniels. Like, it's not like you're going up against Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. So if you're in the NFC, Baker Mayfield, he's not so much worse than Jared Goff. He's not so much worse than Jalen Hurts.
But he's the worst out of all them quarterbacks. So that's the thing, though. When you start bringing down these quarterbacks, he's the worst one. And that's not a bad thing. You name, he's not better than none of them guys, right?
And here, the hard part is this, right? Okay. If you are going to, which I agree with, if you're going to look past Todd Bowles' struggles with the Jets as a head coach, because he was atrocious, by the way, with the Jets, then to some degree, you have to join me in looking past Baker Mayfield's struggles with the Browns, because everybody sucks with the Browns. Last 2 years with Baker Mayfield, he has a playoff win over Jalen Hurts. He's a fumble away from a playoff win over Jaden Daniels. It's a fumble away. It still counts as a loss, so I can't just act like he won that game. But if you're looking at Baker last year, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Y'all played with a bunch of great quarterbacks. Y'all know that's solid. And if I'm also looking at the Bucs, it's not as though the Bucs have the Eagles skill group. Shout out to Mike Evans. Chris Godwin, unfortunately, can't stay healthy. Bucky Irving is a young, ascending back. Nice. Emphasis on young, emphasis on ascending. So it's not like Baker Mayfield is trotting out there with Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, trotting out there with Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown. I actually think, 2-5, I think, Jay, if this Baker, 41 touchdowns, 17 interception, 16 interception Baker, is the Baker we're going to see moving forward, if Todd Bowles gets that defense elite, I think, why can't they win a couple of them?
My only thing is number one, Baker has not shown us that he's this type guy he was last year consistently.
Of course, that's true.
That's number one. Number two, we're talking like we've seen a dominant team the last 3 years with Baker Mayfield. We haven't. We've seen a really, really average team in a really, really average division be the team come out of there. That's why they talked about, should we change the rule that you don't get a home game because you just won your division? Because they keep getting home games, winning their divisions with 8, 9, 9, and 8, 10 and 7 type records. They are not a dominant roster, and I don't think Baker's a dominant quarterback. Once you get into these playoffs, you're going to need.
I'm going to leave it at that, bro. CJ, I'm going to leave it just like that, bro. You know what I mean? I'm going to leave it just like that, bro. Bro, I appreciate you coming up here, chopping it up with me, man. I really do. I appreciate you coming up here to chop it up with me, CJ. You heard me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I got kicked out off the stage, but I hear you, bro. Hey, all we can do is show them, man. Them boys are really going hard on us. Sometimes that's what we need. I hope they, like I said, I hope they playing it for them boys. You need that kind of motivation. Yeah, I like being that underdog. Bucks
I like
always been underdogs till we got back on the stage. We got back on the stage. Always said Brady, Brady, Brady. I mean, somebody got to have him if he playing, right? I mean, come on.
You better believe it.
Yeah,
we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna find out.
All right, homie.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, brother, man. Hey, for real.
Don't forget about them shirts, bro.
Oh, I ain't forgot. Forgot. Let me know.
Right,
Let me know something. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's my boy CJ, man. I thank him for coming through and chopping it up with me. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate him coming to chop it up with me. I got a few things on my mind. I'm gonna spend these last little 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna spend this. First, let me get this off my screen. Let me tap in with y'all. Y'all know I'm real big on family. I'm real big on friendship. I'm really big on things, you know, trying to lock in on this YouTube space that I'm in. Also trying to lock in on my career and my future, you know, financial future. And you know, I don't know if y'all caught the last video. Last video I had, I was talking about the stocks and, you know, crypto. That's also a space that I'm in, investing, and, you know, just trying to keep my portfolio of life diversified, you know, and that's one thing you got to do moving forward in this space, you know, being an adult and trying to navigate, you know, this life. You know, it can get crazy sometimes, but, you know, we try our best to navigate it the best way we can. And just like, you know, if you've been following me, watching me, you know, this whole background aesthetics, you know, getting better doing that in space, you know, me and the squad, we getting better with it, you know. But I just want to take a little time and tell you, you know, keep the ones that you care about close, you know, keep the ones that are in your circle. Y'all stay in tune, man. If not, man, just get out the way. That's some of the questions that I'm going to be, you know, presenting to my people, my family, my friends, is that, you know, are you really locked in with me? So I really want to know if you're locked in with me, because if not, I'm going to go ahead and scratch you off of, you know, the care about list so I can stay focused. I think I'm going to start centralizing myself more and being more me oriented. You know what I mean? Because everybody's not going at the same pace. Everybody's not going to the same place. And life is about working hard, paying your bills, and having some fun. You know, whatever comes into those other two, you know, like me doing this YouTube space is fun. Me doing, you know, the investing is fun. Me, you know, going to work is fun. But it all ties into going to work and paying your bills. But it's my life. You know, moving forward, it's just my life. And it just is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's what type of time I'm on right now. I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. And I really appreciate y'all locking in with me today. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man. And I'm gonna get with y'all as soon as I can. Y'all be easy, be blessed, and be happy that you plugged in.